Hari Om. Welcome to CocoYoga, and this is my offering. So we are now going to practice. We're going to try to celebrate the spring. We're going to celebrate the new moon. So we're gonna work a little bit with the fluids of the body, since the moon always affects the fluidity of the body, and so that way we can do an exchange. We can do through that fluidity of movement that we're going to do with the asanas. We're going to practice pranayama just to help us identify the flow of prana, and that way we can then learn how to let go of what we don't need anymore, how to cleanse and how to nourish. So that's going to be the exchange. We're going to create the inflow, outflow of what we want, what we don't want anymore. So we have Sisa. She is going to be our model today. She's taking full advantage of these opportunities so that she can maintain her practice. But the key, again, as we all know, is practice, practice, practice. Then all is coming. Thank you for tuning in. I'm honored that you're here. Share it with your friends. So let's come to immediately to the practice. So let's come to child's pose. So toes together, your heels apart. So you want to separate them. You can move with your thumbs. You can move your calves out of the way. So that way you can settle with your buttocks against your heels, and then push your hands down to track your torso lifting up, since you're going to work with your lower back. I have a student that wanted to work with the lower back, and then fall forward, and then relax your arms alongside your body, palms facing up, and then you relax your head in the ground. And as you relax your head in the ground, to bring even a full activation of that Ajna chakra, push your forehead slightly forward so that you can feel the skin of your forehead moving towards the bridge of your nose, so that way you can start to stimulate that chakra. Ajna, Anya chakra. I have heard all these pronunciations. And then close your eyes, and then we begin the practice. We begin the practice of involution towards evolution. We move in Balasana, so that we can start to cuddle ourselves, to go and center, to concentrate, so that we can practice dharana, which will obviously ultimately help us to achieve dhyana, that meditation. But first we need to practice concentration, and Balasana teaches us about how to concentrate. You're moving inward, you're going to the center. Concentration, going to the center. And now I want you to shift your attention to the right and the left side of your body. You start to relax, you start to feel the relaxation of letting go. When you let go, there is a tremendous amount of relaxation. So let go of the known, and let's begin to move towards the unknown, because the normal is not coming. That is gone. So we're going to create the new normal, and we're going to look to that Lord of the stars, the moon, the new moon. We're going to look for that night maker. So I want you to pay attention to your inhales and your exhales, and start to understand the flow of breath. Feel the breath coming in, feel the breath moving out. With every inhale, you're going to have an opportunity for nourishment. With every exhale, you're going to have an opportunity for cleansing. So can you pay attention right now to that movement? Because our ultimate goal is to find that divine nectar of immortality. So we want to pay attention to the vital fluids. We're going to do lunar sadhana, moving through water. So we feel the inhales, we feel the exhales. And now slowly, I want you to move your arms forward, spread your fingers. Good. But now flex your elbows and press your elbows against the ground, and bring your palms to touch over your head. Good. And then we're doing right now Ananda Balasana. Yes, it's a child's pose. Yeah, but it's a prayer child's pose. So in that pose that you're right now, What is that exchange that you want to do? If you want to connect to the spring, what do you want the spring to bring you? Where do you want to spring forward? Because remember, the normal is not coming, so you are springing yourself to the next one. So can you connect to that Lord of the Stars? Can you connect to the Night Maker? Can you connect to the crown of your head and feel and dedicate your practice? Now that you're ready, release your hands to the ground. Good. Separate your hands, shoulder distance apart, lift up your elbows, firm your arms, release all the air out of your system, and following your inhale, come up to your hands and knees. Separate the knees hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart, and with your exhale, move your torso forward, flex your elbows, and go all the way to the ground. Keep your elbows pointing towards your heels. Inhale, leading with your breastbone up, Bhujangasana. So you try to lift up, and with an exhale, you're gonna push your hands, and you're gonna move the pelvis back towards your heels. And keep your hands solid. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. Following the exhale, go forward and down, point with your toes. Inhale, forward and up, as if you're moving through water. And exhale, pelvis back, tracking the pelvis. You push the pelvis away from the torso. Inhale, lift up to tabletop. Exhale, go forward and down. It's a chaturanga with your knees on the ground, so keep your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, forward and up is Bhujangasana. And exhale, pelvis back. So we're going to try to move the pelvis away from the torso. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. Exhale, forward and down. Leave the pelvis down. Inhale, push the torso forward and up. And with an exhale now, push the pelvis back, away from the torso. So the torso stays with your hands. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. With an exhale, go forward and down. Following the inhale, go forward and up. Feel that the vital fluids. Exhale, pelvis back. And we're going to do two more. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. With an exhale, go forward and down. Collarbones open. Inhale, breastbone forward and up. Relaxing the shoulders. And exhale, pelvis back. Okay. And we're going to do one more like that. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. With an exhale, you push the torso forward and you relax it down. Now, pushing forward and up, that was a nice and easy. And with an exhale, pelvis back. Now, with an inhale, come up, hands and knees. And make sure that your hands, your elbows, and your shoulders are coherent. And then bring the knees directly underneath. You're going to stock the knees underneath your hip joints. Right? So now, with an inhale, let's do Cow's Tilt, Marjaryasana. And with an exhale, Cat's Tilt, Bitilasana. Actually, it's the opposite way. That's a Marjaryasana. Inhale, Cow's Tilt, Bitilasana. And with an exhale, Cat's Tilt, Marjaryasana. Inhale, Cow's Tilt. Now feel as if you're moving through the water. Exhale, Cat's Tilt. So feel the fluidity in your body. Inhale, Cow's Tilt. Collarbones open. Lift up the sitting bones. It's an anterior tilt of the pelvis. Exhale, Cat's Tilt, and feel the posterior tilt of the pelvis, so bring the navel in. Inhale, Cow's Tilt. Now can you open up the collarbones? So broad, the chest. Exhale, Cat's Tilt. Now broad on the back, separate the shoulder blades and lift up the spinal column a little bit more. Two more. Inhale, Cow's Tilt. Now can you separate your sitting bones? So it's an inward rotation of your thighs. Exhale, Cat's Tilt. Now feel the inward rotation of your arms. One more. Inhale, Cow's Tilt. Now outward rotation of your arms, inward rotation of your thighs. And with an exhale, Cat's Tilt. Now come to a neutral tilt. And with your exhale, move your torso forward and down. Again, Chaturanga. With an inhale, go forward and up, Bhujangasana. And with an exhale, roll your toes under and lift up to downward dog. So you feel now your downward dog, but you maintain your awareness to the crown of the head. You want to maintain your awareness to the crown of the head because that's the one that is going to tell you the connection to that nine maker. That's the one that is going to tell you the connection to the Lord of the stars. That's the one that is going to allow you to have that divine nectar of the immortality that I have a feeling, a strong suspicion that has to do with your pituitary gland, with your pineal gland. So those guys can stimulate all the other organs, that endocrine system, so that those vital fluids, those fluids that can get you really, really flying, so that you can understand how to stimulate them. So now slowly, with an inhale, lift up the right leg up towards the ceiling. With an exhale, bring your right foot forward, all the way between your hands, and bring the left knee to the ground, point with your toes. And with an inhale, swing your arms up to Anjana, Anjaneyasana. And with an exhale, hands to the ground, shoulder distance apart. Roll your left toes under, straighten up the left leg, right foot back to plank. Forward and all the way down to the ground. Point with your toes, feel the fluidity in your toes, forward and up. Roll your toes under and lift up to downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg up towards the ceiling, right heel to the ground. And with an exhale, bring that left foot forward, all the way between your hands. Right knee to the ground, point with your toes. Inhale, swing your arms up, feel that back bend, and lifting up the torso away from the pelvis. Anjaneyasana, and exhale, hands to the ground. Shoulder distance apart. You plant your hands on earth. Roll your toes, lift up the knee, bring the left foot back. And then you're going to go forward and down all the way, keeping your heart open. Point with your toes, then forward and up. We want to broaden the chest. Roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. Inhale, right leg up, left heel to the ground. And exhale, bring your right foot forward, all the way between the hands. Left knee to the ground, point with your toes. Inhale, lifting up as if you are underwater, so you feel the resistance. And exhale, hands to the ground, plant your hands on earth. Roll your toes, lift up the knee, right foot back. And then forward and down, chaturanga, with your knees on the ground. Forward and up, can you pay attention to the crown of your head? Roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. With an inhale, lift up the left leg up, the right heel to the ground, so you plant that right foot on earth. Bring that now with an exhale, the left foot forward, right knee to the ground, point your toes. Inhale, lifting up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the ground, plant 10. Roll your toes, lift up the knee, left foot back to plank. So you can get core strength. And then forward and all the way down. Point with your toes, so feel your toes open. Inhale, forward and up. Now open up the chest, broad the chest. Roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. Inhale, right leg up, left heel down. Exhale, right foot forward, plant 4 corners of the right foot, left knee to the ground, point 5 toenails, press them. Inhale, lift up, Anjaneyasana, it's a back bend. And exhale, hands to the ground, planting your hands on reality. Roll your toes, lift up the knee, right foot back. Right foot back, and then forward and all the way down. Keep the core engaged, the abdomen, forward and up. Point with your toes, roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. Inhale, lift up the left leg up, the right heel down. Exhale, bring the left foot forward, right knee to the ground, point with your toes. 4 corners on the left foot. Anjaneyasana, up to the north, feeling the fluidity. And with an exhale, hands to the ground. Plant them, roll your toes, lift up the knee, left foot back, and then forward and all the way down. Then we're going to go forward and up, and you're going to open up the chest just to feel what's on your heart. Then roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. 2 more rounds. Inhale, right leg up, left heel down. Exhale, right foot forward, 4 corners of the right foot, left knee to the ground, point with your toes. Inhale, tracking the torso, lifting them away from the pelvis, beauty. And exhale, hands to the ground. Roll your left toes under, lift up the left knee, bring the right foot back. Forward and down with your exhale. Inhale, forward and up, open up, feel up the lungs, roll your toes, and lift up the downward dog. Inhale, lift up, the left leg up, high up. Exhale, swing and bring the left foot and place it right into the ground, point with your toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, to the moon, to the Lord of the stars. Hands to the ground, roll your toes, lift up the knee, bring that left foot back. Forward and all the way down with your heart open, broad chest, open it up. Forward and up. Roll your toes and lift up the downward dog. 1 more round. Inhale, right leg up, left heel to the ground. With fluidity, as if you are underwater, foot in the ground, knee to the ground. Point your toes, lift up, lifting up the torso away from the pelvis so that you can elongate. And exhale, hands to the ground. Roll your right left toes under, lift up the left knee, right foot back to plank. Feel the core, abdominal, forward and all the way down. So control the landing. Point with your toes. Forward and up, broad the chest, and go back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up, right heel down. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee to the ground, point, press the right shin. Left foot, inhale, lift up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the ground, roll your toes, lift up the knee, bring the left foot back. Feel the core forward and land slowly, control the landing. Forward and up, opening up the heart, roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. So we created movement. We are creating movement so that we can understand how to reorganize your spinal column, because the main issue of lower back problem is the misalignment on your lumbar spine. About 85% of students that talk to me about lower back issues, they all tell me that it's a problem between the L5 and the S1. L4, L5, S1. That's the intersection between 2 of the 4 segments of your spinal column, between the sacrum and the lumbar. And the problem is that the lumbar, most of the time, we have a rounded lumbar. And the lumbar doesn't like that. You need to feel that your spinal column is in a S curvature. So feel the S curvature within now. The lumbar needs to be concave. The sacrum is convex. The sacrum is out. The lumbar needs to go in. Thoracic out and cervical in. Can you do it in downward dog? But now listen to this. How to do that, because it's not easy. Because the hamstrings right now are connecting, although Cisa is trying to do it. But I want you to bend the knees, flex the knees, lift up the heels, and now recreate the curvature of your spine. So bring the lumbar into the body. So lift up the sitting bones up. There we go. So you feel now that your sitting bones are lifting up, and then you feel that your lumbar spine, those muscles are contracting. They are bringing the bones in. So the lumbar is moving into the body. The sacrum is outwardly. The lumbar in, the thoracic outwardly, and the cervical in. Now, straighten the legs. Reach with your heels down. Stay alert. And now slowly walk with your feet towards your hands. Slowly. Good. Stay down halfway. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Now, with your index and middle finger, grab your big toes and loop it with your thumbs. That's right. Now, bend the knees slightly. Good. Lift up the sitting bones up. And now slowly straighten your elbows, straighten the legs, move your torso forward, look forward. Good. And then let's do it again. Bend the knees, flex your elbows, and bring your forehead in between your shins. Now inhale, look forward, straighten the legs, straighten your elbows, pull with your fingers. Exhale, bend the knees, bend your elbows, and look in between your shins. Inhale, straighten, flatten your back as much as you can, curvature of your spine. Exhale and dissolve, so bend the knee, bend your elbows, relax your jaw, your shoulders. Inhale, flattening your back, trying to bring the curvature of your lumbar. Remember the lumbar in. Exhale, bend and relax. Bend the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, straightening your legs, flatten your back, pull with your thumbs. Exhale and relax. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, straighten, track the torso away from the pelvis, lumbar into the body. Exhale and relax. Let's do 2 more, that look good. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten your arms, flatten your back. Exhale, relax, and just 1 more. Inhale, empower the legs, empower your arms, stay there. Stay there, so lumbar in. Now move your hands to your hips, and leading with your breastbone forward and up, all the way up. Good, now relax your hands alongside your body, feel both feet hip distance apart. Relax your hands, keep your chin level, close your eyes just for a couple of seconds. And then again, is the spring, is the beginning of the spring. I am feeling the spring here completely. So I am springing into something new. So I am right now devoting my class to the Lord of the Stars. It's a new one. So it's a new moon. It's a new you, a moon in Gemini, I heard. So that is the night maker. So can you feel the crown of your head? Can you maintain the crown of the head? High up, lift with the crown of the head, so that way we can feel that divine nectar of immortality coming through the north, moving through you, sensing the now. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Good. And now rotate your face in front of yourself. Bring your big toes together, your heels slightly apart. And now let's do a little bit of movement, a lateral flexion, so that we can work also with your lymphatic system. All right? So with an inhale, swing your arms over your head. And with an exhale, release the left arm to the left side. You're going to do lateral flexion towards the left. Inhale, lift up. Feel the north with your hands. And with an exhale, right hand to the right thigh, left hand to the right side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lateral flexion to the left. So you contract the left side of the torso. Inhale, lift up to the north, to the Lord of the Stars. Exhale, lateral flexion to the right. Inhale, lifting up the torso away from the pelvis. Exhale, lateral flexion on the left. So you contract the left side of the torso. Inhale to the north, maker. Exhale, contracting the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lateral flexion to the left. Look up at the north. Inhale, look up at the north. Exhale, keep looking at the north with a smile. 2 more. Inhale to the north, to the Lord of the Stars. Exhale, lateral flexion to the left. Inhale to the north, lift up to the north. Exhale, lateral flexion to the right. 1 more. Inhale to the north. Exhale, lateral flexion to the left. Inhale to the north. Exhale, lateral flexion to the right. Inhale to the north. and relax your hands. Keep your chin level. And now feel your vital fluids moving. So feel that lunar sadhana that we're doing. Moving through water, sensing, and paying attention to the 9-acre, paying attention to the springtime, because it's spring. So if you want to spring forward to the new normal, what would the new normal will be? Because you cannot be normal again. You are exceptional. You are exceptional. There is nothing normal. So there is no normal. You are not normal. You are exceptional. There is only one like you. There is only one like me. Everyone else is taken. So stop being anything else other than you, because that's where your power is, in your uniqueness. So feel the uniqueness. Separate your feet hip distance apart. With an inhale, lift up your arms over your head. You can rotate to the opposite side. And with an exhale, go forward and down. Now bend the knees. Good. Lift up the balls of your feet and bring your palms underneath the soles of your feet. Good. And you're going to go deep until your toes touch your forearms. And you spread your hands, you relax your hands, you spread your feet, your toes, you relax them. Now inhale, look forward. That's right. So move the torso forward, straighten the legs, straighten your arms. Stay there 1 second. And then again, I want you to pay attention to the lumbar spine. Try to move the lumbar spine in. That's right. So that to do that, I want you to do something that they call nutation. I want you to bring the frontal hip bones towards each other. So the frontal hip bones are going to move towards each other. So you feel where the creases between your thigh and your pelvis are, and you're going to bring those bones towards each other. You're going to separate the seated bones, nutation, and then slowly flex your elbows to the sides. Good. And now relax your head. Now what we're trying to do is to move the torso away from the pelvis. So you're allowing gravity to pull your torso down. You're also allowing your head to be totally relaxed. So I want you to relax your jaw. I want you to relax your tongue. I want you to feel the water going to your head. Feel the water element, those vital fluids going to your head, so that we can stay alert about the crown of your head, so that we can stay completely receptive to that divine nectar of immortality. So feel the breath. Now stay there. Remember the nutation. That's right. Frontal hip bones towards each other. Separate your sitting bones. Move the inner knees towards the back. Lift up your inner thighs. Push your inner thighs towards the back. Forehead to the shin. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. One hand at a time to your hips. Stay there, feel the ground, elongate the torso. And then slowly, following with the inhale, lift up and feel the ground. Stay grounded. Alright? You're not going to faint. Even though that it feels you're going to faint. But if you're not, because you're going to be present and you're going to feel the ground and you're going to feel how to bring the best of you. Because what are you waiting for? Are you waiting, like a lot of people, to go back to the normal? There is no more normal. This is the new normal. This is our social practice, our social interaction. We're working together. We are connected. You have heard me. You have practiced with me. You know, I want the best of you. I don't want anything but the best of you. So sense it. Be clear about it. Come to the front of your mat. With an inhale, lift your arms over your head, high up. And with an exhale, forward and down. With an inhale, halfway up, and then right foot back, left foot back, and downward dog. And you can flip to the other side. You can flip to the other side. So you feel the inhales, you feel your exhales, you stay alert. I want you to move your attention right now again to the crown of your head. And let the crown of the head move downward. So feel the crown of the head downward, almost touching the ground. You see, it's almost trying to get into the ground. You're feeling your head, the crown of your head going to the ground, so that we can stimulate that Ajna chakra. You feel the Ajna chakra. You feel the crown of 1,000 petals. You feel those two chakras. We're interested in those two chakras so that we can connect to the night maker, so that we can connect to the Lord of the Stars, so we can see this new moon bringing you something new, the new you, the one that understands about that divine nectar of immortality. Bring your knees to the ground and let's go to child's pose, but let's do it. That's right, yeah, pray child's pose. So separate your knees a little bit wider, that's right. Bring your forehead in the ground and bring your elbows in the ground and press your palms towards the north. So that we can feel again that Ananda Balasana. Ananda Balasana. Sensing, looking, visualizing. Visualize your new life. Bring fluidity in your new life. Bring the new you. So, and then we're trying then to connect to the Lord of the Stars. We're trying to connect to the night maker. It's a new one. So what is that new night maker is going to bring you? Whatever you're ready for. If you don't have it within you, it's going to be difficult to understanding of the outside. You want to understand it on the outside because you have it on the inside. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. That's just one of those things. So feel the breath, stay alert, gather information about what's real, about what's not. Steady, sensing it. And now slowly release your hands to the ground. Separate your hands, that's right. Come up to your hands and knees. Good. Cross the shins on the back, sit behind your heels, and straighten your legs forward. Now come to the foot in the middle, yeah. And now rotate to face, yeah. So now, bend the knees, separate your feet, keep your feet hip distance apart, that's right, stay alert, gather information. Now slowly, bring again your hands alongside your pelvis and bring the lumbar into the body, that's right. So when you have your knees bent, you can bring the lumbar in. And I want you to start to understand in the pose right now, how to bring the back of your head aligning with your pelvis. So your knees are bent, your feet are in the ground, but I want you to bring the back of your head, your occipital, aligning with your sacrum. And now feel the S curvature on your spine. So the lumbar, remember, the lumbar is moving into the body, the sacrum is moving out. The thoracic is moving out like your sacrum. And the lumbar and your cervical in, that's right. So you're gonna align the back of your head with your pelvis. I want you to broaden the shoulders and stack them right over your hips. That's right. So that is the optimal position of your spinal column. S curvature, a serpent. So try not to eliminate that. And now straighten out the right leg. Good. Try not, observe what you lose and observe what you gain. Now slowly, with the help of your hands, you're going to grab that left shin and you're going to move that left foot right to the outside of the right knee in the ground. And I want you to plant that left foot on the outside of the right knee. In other words, on the right side of your existence right now. Now bring that left knee close to the chest and bring the S curvature on your spine. Now slowly, with the right forearm, you're going to hug the left knee. And you're going to bring again, yet again, that left knee close to the chest. So that way, there we go. So you're gonna feel it on that left hip socket. Now, using your exhale, swing the left arm to the back and release your left hand to the ground right behind your sacrum. And I want you to know what's going on with your sacrum. I want you to know what's going on your sitting bones. Feel both sitting bones in the ground. Feel your sacrum. Feel the relationship between your sitting bones and your tailbone. Feel the relationship between your tailbone and your sacrum. But now, I want you to move the lumbar into the body. That's right. So remember the S curvature. So you're gonna rotate, you're gonna pivot, you're gonna, that's right, torque, but on the vertical axis. So continue rotating. Every exhale, you're gonna use the exhale to rotate. You're gonna use the inhale to help you lift. You drag the torso away from the pelvis and you're gonna rotate more. That's right, until you rotate and the tip of your nose is gonna be pointing towards the left collarbone. Good. You keep doing that rotation really deep, but trying to do it with mobility because we're interested in the fluids of the body. And come back to the center. Good. And move that left foot on the outside. Bend the right knee. Keep both feet in the ground. Move your hands alongside your hips. And let's do it again. S curvature on your spine. Feel the S curvature of your spine. Sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, and cervical. 4 segments of your spinal column. Good. Maintain that. Don't lose what you gain. And now, straighten up the left. Flex the left foot. Empower the left leg. Observe what you gain and what you lose when you straighten up. When you challenge that left hamstring, observe what happens on your lumbar spine. Now, don't lose the lumbar spine. With the help of your hands, grab that right shin. Move the right foot to the outside of the left knee and plant that right foot in the ground. Plant with the left leg. Feel both sitting bones in the ground. Observe what you gain, what you lose. And now slowly with your left arm, hug the right knee. Moving that right knee towards your chest. Moving the chest towards the right knee. Sensing right now what you gain, what you lose on that S curvature on your spine. And now swing with an exhale, that right hand behind your back. Lengthen your spine so you can push your sitting bones. You can push the right hand to lift up the torso. And then on your vertical axis, rotate. Lead with the right shoulder. The right shoulder knows where the right is. That's where the right shoulder lives. The right shoulder lives on the right side of your existence. So use the right shoulder to rotate to the right. So you understand. But now, can you identify the S curvature on your spine? Go inside. Go to the central nervous system. And then identify the fluidity inside. The spinal fluid, the vital fluid. Yes, and rotate on that vertical axis. That's right. Now remember, move the lumbar into the body. That's right. Now remember to align the back of your head with your pelvis. Broaden the shoulders and stacking the shoulders right over your hips. Rotate a little deeper, so lead with the tip of the nose. Good. Feel the breath. Stay alert. 2 more rounds of breath. Go a little deeper. Use that left forearm against the right knee. Move the right knee towards the chest. And come back to the center. That's right. Now straighten that right leg. Good. Now inhale, lift up your arms over your head. Stay there. Now we're lifting now the torso away from the pelvis. We're trying to separate the lumbar away from the sacrum, because I have a student that asked me to teach a class for your lower back. Now remember that notation, which means separating your sitting bones, moving the frontal hip bones towards each other, abdomen in, and then exhale, go forward and down. And grab the outside of your feet. Stay there. Now straighten your elbows. That's right. Now straighten the arms. Remember that we did that action, but we did that action standing up. Similar, we had our hands underneath and we have our fingers and our thumbs holding, but nevertheless, can you feel the notation? Frontal hip bones towards each other, separate your sitting bones, and with the next exhale, abdomen in, flex your elbows and bring your forehead towards your shin. That's right. And you sense that. I want you to pay attention right now again. Separate your sitting bones. Move the right sitting bone to the right side. Move the left sitting bone to the left side. Now move the right sitting bone back away from the right heel. Move the left heel away from the left sitting bone. Press the back of the knees down towards the ground. Ground yourself. But now I want you to shift your attention to the crown of your head. To the crown of 1,000 petals. Yes, looking for the Lord of the stars. Looking for that new night maker. Yeah, it's a new moon. In spring. In Gemini. Whatever that means to you. Inhale, look forward. Lead with your heart. Straighten your elbows. And exhale and lift all the way up. Good. Now feel with your legs straightened, Dandasana. Can you feel the S curvature on your spine? Lumbar in, sacrum out, thoracic out, cervical in. You're playing with it. Are you going to be able to achieve it or not? It's irrelevant. What matters is your intention. The result of your actions, leave it to the divinity. Now slowly, with the help of your hands, lift up that left knee. Bring the left foot to the outside of that right knee. Plant it. With the right forearm, hug that left knee. Exhale, move that left hand behind the sacrum. Inhale, lift up the torso. Exhale, full rotation. That's right, but this time I want you to bring the right elbow to be placed on the outside of the left knee. And you're going to flex that right elbow so that the right hand is facing to the left. The fingers are pointing up to the north. Now you can do a mudra. That's right. You can feel that mudra between bringing the tip of the thumb and the tip of your index finger pressing. Now broaden the shoulders. Lift up the breastbone. Feel the dialogue of the right arm with the left knee. Feel the dialogue of that left foot and the ground. Feel the dialogue of the right leg and the ground. Feel the dialogue between the right sitting bone and the left sitting bone pressing against the ground. And now twist with your exhale. But now feel where the crown of the head is. Can you feel right now your connection to the Lord of the stars? Can you feel your connection to the night maker? Crown of the head. That's right. And your third eye, because you want to visualize what you want. And you know what you want, what we want, is that divine nectar of immortality. That's right. So feel the divine nectar of immortality. Pay attention to the crown of the head and rotate on that vertical axis. A little deeper, and release. And come back to the front. Straighten up now the left leg. Good. Bend the right knee, lift up the right knee, bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Feel the dialogue between the right ankle joint and the left knee joint. Hug with that left forearm, knee to the chest. With an exhale, swing the right arm. Press your right hand down, lift up the torso, rotate, lead with the right shoulder. The right shoulder knows what's going on. You pay attention, you broaden your shoulders, you bring the back of your head aligning with your pelvis. You broaden the shoulders and you stack the shoulders right over your hips. And then you rotate. Rotate maximally. Good. Now cross the left arm, the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Palm, left palm facing the right. So you need to understand where are those points of reference in life on the planet. Where is the north? Where is the south? Where is the east? Where is the west? So with the left hand, sense where the right is. You can create a mudra. You bring the tip of your thumb and the tip of the index fingers to touch and sensing that circular motion in that left hand. Feel the circular motion of your torso rotating in the pelvis back. Now can you feel and understand where your lumbar is? Can you move the lumbar in? Can you lift up the torso up? Can you feel your thoracic moving out? That's right, convex. The lumbar is concave. The sacrum is convex, like your thoracic. And your cervical is aligning with your lumbar. So that way your occipital is aligning with your sacrum. Twist a little deeper. Good. And come back to the front. Good. Now straighten out the right leg. Flex your feet. Press your hands alongside your hips. Press the ground. Lift up the torso so that you can move the lumbar in. Lift up your arms over your head so you can drag your torso away from the pelvis and exhale forward and down, creating again nutation. So separate the sitting bones in Paschimottanasana. Bring the frontal hip bones towards each other. So bring the abdomen in so that we can drag the lumbar and relax it. So that you can feel how to bring ease into your life. Ease into that area where 85% of my students tell me that they have issues within the body is the lower back, because we don't know how to sit properly. We don't know how to maintain the S curvature of your spine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Good. Bend the knees, cross the shins. Rock yourself forward and come to downward dog. Come to the sides. Good. So you come to downward dog. We felt how we were bringing stretching into the lower back. And now, unfortunately, I know, unfortunately, because these are tough ones. Now come to plank. And we want to stay in plank. We want to stay in plank because I want you now in plank to identify the S curvature. So feel the S curvature of your spine. That's right. So it's going to be a little bit of an anterior tilt of the pelvis, an anterior tilt of the pelvis. There we go. So you're going to feel that you are tilting the pelvis anteriorly. So the sitting bones up towards the ceiling. That's right. Beauty. Beauty. That's right. Feel the breath. Stay alert. And now bring your forearms in the ground and bring forearm plank. Feel your forearm plank. That's right. Now the same principle. In forearm plank, can you feel the S curvature of your spine? That's a beauty. Feel the S curvature of the spine, and can you now, under the circumstances, can you align the back of your head, align the back of your head with your pelvis? That's right. Beauty, beauty. That's a nice one, Sisa. So feel the lumbar moving into the body. Remember the S curvature. Can you broad the shoulders? Can you stack the shoulders with your hips? Can you feel the alignment of shoulders and hips? That's right. Now reach with the heels to the back, knees down. Good. Knees down. Point with the toes. Point with the toes. Point with the toes. Good. And now bring your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Directly underneath the shoulders. So stack the shoulders on top of your elbows. You want to move. That's right. Keep your hands solid. Feel the ground. Point with your toes. And now press your pubic bone down. Press with your pelvis down. And now move the torso forward. So try to move your forearms towards the back so that your torso moves forward. Good. Stay there. Now roll your toes under. Good. Come up to forearm plank again. Good. Stay alert. Sense that action. I told you I'm sorry about it because it's really challenging. Now come up to hands. Bring it to your hands directly where your elbows are. So now you are in plank. Feel the plank. Now outer edge of the right foot to the ground. Left foot on top of the right foot. Press your plant that right hand down. And now lift up the left hand up. And now look up at your left hand. And then make sure that now you're assessing how to align perfectly. How to align that right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, and then you want to feel the right hip joint helping you left. So you feel the right side of the body bringing strength to the new you. And slow, plank, outer edge of the left foot to the ground, right foot on top. Press and plant clearly on earth, the left hand, and now with the right hand to the north, to the opposite. Now look up at the north, that's right. And now sense, can you feel right now the alignment? The back of your head aligning with your pelvis. Can you feel right now your lumbar moving in? Can you feel now the left side of your waistline contracting? The left hip joint lifting. The left IT band lifting. Collarbones open so you can broaden your chest and slow. Hand to the ground, downward dog. Bring your knees to the ground. And let's go to child's pose, to Balasana. Again, feel your Balasana. Stay alert about what's happening. What is the new? What do you want with this new moon? If this new moon is bringing newness, what would you like to have in your life? You're not going to the normal. A lot of people want to go to the normal. They want to do things that they were in the past. It's not happening. It's a new you. It's a new me. It's a new planet. And people that go to the normal are going to make a big mistake because the world changed. Our world changed. Now, the point is, are you going to take advantage of it? How can you take advantage of it? Yes, I am offering you these classes for you to take fully advantage of it. Spread it as many people that you want. Take advantage of it. If it works for you, share it. Be generous. Share. Because by creating that generosity, we're going to create more. We're going to be generous. We're going to generate more stuff. We want to generate. I want the best for you. I don't want to shorten you. I don't want to give you less. I want to give you more. More. Because there is plenty. It's plentiful. It's all here ready for us. Move your arms forward. Come up to your hands and knees. Roll your toes. And lift out the downward dog. Now feel how it feels. Feel your downward dog. Now bring your forearms in the ground, interlock the fingers, crown of the head in the ground. Interlock the fingers, but wait there. So you are, in a way, in a dolphin. Alternate the crossing of the fingers. Good. Now stay there, straighten the legs. And now slowly, with an exhale, move the chest forward towards your thumbs. Exhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. So engage your quads. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Open the armpits. 2 more. Exhale forward. Inhale back. 1 more. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Now release your head down. Crawl with your feet forward. And then Salamba Shirsasana. Using again that core strength, abdominal strength. Abdominal strength to feel that lifting of the legs. Because now the legs are going to be lifting the pelvis. So now we want to track the lifting of the pelvis away from your torso. But guess where the pressure is. Or guess which part of the body I want you to pay attention to. To the crown of your head. So that you can stimulate the area where that divine nectar of immortality is going to come from. That divine nectar of immortality comes from the crown of the head. The crown of 1,000 petals. Now maintain also your awareness of that area in between your eyebrows, above the bridge of the nose. So that way you understand also the vision. That's right. That direction where you want to go. You want to be, surgically clever about what you want, because there is a new moon. It's after all the spring. It's a new you. Can you feel right now the S curvature in your spine? So it's about identifying the best flow of energy within you. Assessing the best flow. Assessing the light. Assessing the darkness. Assessing the duality with open mind, with open breath, with open body. Understanding what the purpose of yoga, which is to have a sattvic mind, so that we can relinquish ego, forcefulness, pride, anger, and possessiveness, so that we can turn unselfish and peaceful within, so that one can be adept to oneness within the self. And now slowly start to come down. Go slow and gentle, as if you are underwater, as if you're doing underwater all this movement, moving through water. Sensing there is no rush. There is no rush. You just come down without rush. Landing softly, and let's go to child's pose. Let's go to child's pose. That's right. Feel the child's pose. Stay there and relax and feel right now that fluidity, your vital fluids. And right now, again, push your forehead slightly forward so you can feel the skin of the forehead going towards the bridge of your nose. And now, what is the vision that you want? The vision of yourself. Life begins from within you. So if there is a new moon and there is a new you, which new would you like to be? Can you sense it? Can you be clear about it? Can you generate? How do you generate? By being generous. Move your arms forward. Come out to your hands and knees. Go to your belly and flip your body over. And now to maintain the work that we're doing for your lower back, since I have a student that asked me to do a little bit of movement on the lower back to bring a little bit of awareness on the lower back, bend the knees. Bring the knees towards your forehead and your forehead towards your knees. So move your hands to the shins and move your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Grab them. Forehead to the knees, knees to the forehead. Now rock yourself back and forth. Good. Just massaging your lower back. That's right. Keeping your forehead and your knees to touch. Good. Now stay in the center. And now from side to side, so you feel the right side of the lower back and the left side of the lower back. That's right. Contracting. Come back to the center. Forward and back again. Feeling that movement as if you're moving through water. Good. And from side to side again, forehead and knee touching. Yes, you are right now rounding your back. One more time, forward and back. That's right, sense it. One more time, from side to side, sense it. Yeah. And now come to the center. Good. Rock yourself back and forth and come up to a seated position. Good. Now relax your hands on top of your knees, on top of your thighs, on your lap. Sitting bones in the ground, chin level. Good. Relax your tongue, palms facing up so that you can receive. If your palms are facing down, you're closing yourself for receiving. Palms facing up so that we can receive the new moon, the new spring. Stay there. Relax your tongue and feel the water element in your mouth. Feel the vital fluids in your body. So go to your groins. Feel the right groin, feel the left groin. Now feel the tip of your tailbone. Go through the anterior side of your sacrum. Lift it up to the anterior side of your lumbar. Going up through the anterior side of your thoracic. Through the anterior side of your cervical, the back of your throat, and go to your third eye. Feel your third eye, and now feel the crown of your head. To receive that divine nectar of immortality, looking at the Lord of the stars, looking to the Night Maker. Relaxing your tongue, feel the space between the canopy of your mouth and the crown of your head. Identify the now. And bring your palms together in front of your heart and bow towards your heart, and we tell each other, Namaste. Lift your chin, relax your hands. Thank you for coming to class. Thank you, Sisa, for your beautiful performance.